Let's talk about watercolour mixing basics. Learn how to make a colour wheel. We'll also chat about complementary colours, primers and other colour combinations as well. So let's get them brushes wet and let's get started. Now the first thing you need to do is draw two circles. So grab that old compass that's been in your drawer for many years. This one has in my drawer, by the way. It's not my old school compass, that's many years ago. It really is. How big you want to draw this is entirely up to you. Then start dividing that into fours using my ruler, protractor, whatever you can find. Then divide each quarter into 3 sections. Once you've done that, join all those lines together. Make sure you go for the central line. And then what you want to do, get a piece of card and mark around the edge of those little areas so you can create those boxes as well, leaving a bit of a gap in between each one. Increase the pressure of the pencil to darken those lines. Then back to your compass again and redraw those circles. Okay, so the primary colours, blue, red and yellow. Now these 3 primary colours are manufactured because they can't be mixed by combining other colours to make a blue or red or yellow. Also sometimes known as the first or principal colours as well. See, there's a little factoid for you. As for the colours I've got here, I've got French ultramarine, cadmium red and also cadmium yellow. Okay, let's make a start on this. A little bit of water in each one. I'm going to start off with the cadmium red first of all. But that's a lovely bright red, isn't it? And we're going to use these to fill in 3 sections within our colour wheel. So starting from the very top, look around there and fill this one in first of all. I like things to be really neat. Try to keep the same brightness of that colour as well, so don't add any more water to your red mix just yet, okay? Then do the same with the yellow. We'll do this around probably 4 o'clock on the clock face. It's the only way I can suggest it really. It's about 4 o'clock as you can see. Then fill that one in as well. Then do the same thing again with the blue. Now then, let's think about our secondary colours. So around the 1 o'clock area. We'll fill that one in using a light mixture of red obviously, with just a touch of yellow in there. And then fill that one in. Once you've filled this one in, then we'll do the same again, but this time we'll add a little bit more yellow to that red pigment. Okay, so drag some more yellow in there, mix it in just to one corner, you don't have to mix all of it in. And then carry on, add a little bit more yellow as you go along. Do the same thing as you work your way around the circle as well. So from the yellow to the blue, using just a tiny amount of blue to begin with, then increasing the amount of blue as you work your way around the scale. Now the good thing about all of this as well, you've got all them different shades in between these little blocks of colour, which you have, haven't you? So you can have just a hint of blue. You can have a little bit more between 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock on the clock face there, as you can see. There's quite a big difference there. So you go in between that colour as well, as much as you want to. And you can see now, just by adding just a touch of red to the blue, this is making a slight difference, making a very dark sort of blue, isn't it? Like just a hint of purple. Then we've got the more purpley colour for the last one as well. So you can see the difference this makes. Again, we can change the value of this as much as you want to. You really can. On the right hand side of the circle, we've got warm colours all the way around, as you can see there. And they can vary as much as you want them to. On the left hand side, these are more of the cooler shades. You can do another version as well, which is a cool wheel. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But when you look at the colours you've got, these are my half pans, by the way. I've got a couple of different yellows. I've got a variety of different blues I can try, and also reds as well from Scarlet Lake and Alizarin Crimson. So you can really play with those colours and those mixes and see what different colour wheels that you can make from the combinations that you've got within your painting kit. Let's try some different ones out this time around. Now these are cooler versions. So we've got Alizarin Crimson, Cerulean Blue, and also Cadmium Yellow. And these can be used as cool colours for a cool colour wheel. So you can do exactly the same again, but more of a cooler shade. Now, complementary colours, really useful to know. Any colour that's opposite one another should complement the other colour. And that's a good way of kind of working out your colour combinations within a painting. Your colour combinations within decorating your home. There's different ways of doing this. So looking at a colour wheel, looking for something that's opposite. So from yellow to more of a purple colour, or yellow to blue, so it's nearly opposite. Anything like that. Red and green, they're quite a nice combination. Blue and orange, that's a lovely combination, it really is. So colours such as orange, blue, yellow, violet, red and green, they all have like a special relationship and are known as complementary pairs. And when you place them next to one another within a painting, they can create a lovely colour contrast and also have the effect which makes each complementary colour appear more intense than they really are. And remember, as I said, that they don't have to be quite as dark as this, and because you can lighten it down by adding a little bit more red, less water within the mix, so it's not quite as rich. So thin it down. Now you can start to think about adding those colours together. Now, when you add two complementary colours together, or two different mixes of complementary colours together, so let's say, for example, I don't know, yellow and purple and blue and orange, for example, you will find that they will cancel one another out. So in other words, what will happen? They'll give more of a muted colour. This is just black on its own. Now, using black on its own is very flat. And you can see the comparison between my black, which is lamp black by the way, and the other kind of cool shades I've got on the sheet of paper. Look at the difference with that. So you want something more of a richer tone that's got colour within it, not something that's really lifeless on the paper. Okay, let's go a little bit more into neutral greys this time around. So let's start off with blue and orange. So we're going to have a look at that one first of all and see what we can make from that, starting afresh. Now, we can see already the colour's more of a sort of rich, deep purple, isn't it? So that's quite nice. I do like that one. Now, what about mixing all the three complementary colours together and making your own neutral greys? Oh, I know. Because when you add red, yellow and blue together, you're going to get a very, very dark colour. What kind of dark colour depends how much red, how much blue, how much yellow you add into that mix. But if you add equal parts of each one, you'll end up with a very deep tone. You really will, so nearly black. But look how rich this colour is, just by adding those three together. Let's add a little bit more, I don't know, blue to it and see what that gives us. So that's going to give more of a cooler version of this now. And just play with the colours as you go along. So let's just try that one and see what that one looks like as well. But you can see that's also a lovely, rich, dark colour. So instead of using something like lamp black or Mars black, whatever blacks you've got within your kit, try mixing really dark colours and vary those colours as well by trying the red, blue and yellow primary colours out first of all. And also water them down, because when you water them down, you can get some lovely cool shades. So think about something like, I don't know, a snow scene where you want to paint those lovely snow shadows. You can see this colour should work quite well with that as well. It's just a lovely cool shade, isn't it? And these are just the basics on the colour theory, because I know we could take this much, much further than this. I've not even spoken about tertiary colours either, have I? That's when you mix a complementary colour and a primary colour together. Now let's have a combination between the two now, shall we? So I'm going to go for the cadmium red first of all, then a little bit of the French ultramarine. I want to see how these look with an overlap. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So pop these colours onto the paper first, and then mix the two together. So here we go. So let's make more of a purpley colour. So this is those two colours mixed together to give sort of a deep, dark purple. Again, you can add more water to this and lighten it down if you wanted to have a much lighter version of this. In fact, you could even do a scale from dark all the way to light, like we've done earlier on as well, with this one colour mix, so this secondary colour, of course. Then we'll try the alizarin crimson and also go back to the same blue, the French ultramarine. And we'll mix those two together and see what we get. And this time it's more of a sort of violet feel, isn't it? Look at this one. Quite a lovely colour actually, it really is. And I've achieved this just by changing that one colour, red, from a warmer version to a cooler version. And you see the difference that makes on the paper. And see what colours you can make from the colours that you got within your painting kit. You'll be surprised actually how many colours that you can make from just using the three primary colours. Now let's talk again about mixing black. And I can do that in the next video to the top right hand corner of the screen for you. How to make black without using black. I'll see you there.